Here we go, Steeler Nation. Get
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Live at the Steelmatic Network with G Honda. Live at the Steelmatic Network with G Honda. Week 10 versus the Raiders, episode 36. How y'all doing today? How y'all doing today? Like, share, subscribe. Happy Friday, TGIF. Thank y'all so much for being here with me today. Y'all can be anywhere in the world, but you are here with me. And I appreciate y'all being here today. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Hit that cash app, Steelmatic001. Steelmatic001. Absolutely helped me grow the channel. We had 319 subs, trying to get past that 500 marker. Talking all things Pittsburgh Steelers, the real America's team. Like, share, subscribe, grow the channel, grow the content. How y'all doing out there today, man? Appreciate y'all being in here with me today. Appreciate y'all being in here with me, man. Who we got in the building? Who we got in the building? Who we got in the building? Hit that like button on the way in. Y'all hit that like button on the way in. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. First and foremost, want to reach out to the victims of the storm, the victims that's lost loved ones, lost property over the storms in Tampa, in Boone, in the DMV area. Please reach out to FEMA.gov, reach out to disasterassistance.gov for financial assistance. That's why we pay our tax dollars. Reach out to them if you're in restoration process, if you lost your home, if you had property damage. Don't hesitate to reach out to FEMA.gov for financial assistance, disaster assistance, and the DRF websites for financial assistance during this restoration time. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Happy Friday to y'all. Happy Friday to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody tuning in, everybody supporting the show. Appreciate the Steelmatic family. This don't happen without y'all, man. I appreciate y'all greatly. So we gonna get into the matchup of this week. Of course, as you know, the Baltimore Ravens coming across the Allegheny to Acrisure Stadium to take on the Steelers at that 1 o'clock slot. And of course, we got to do what we do best, and that's lead people in the Allegheny River. It's just what we got to do. Lamar Jackson and company coming in to run the table, but it just can't and ain't going to happen because we just got too much at stake. We got too much on hand for the second half of the season, and we just got Just got too much big of an ego. I mean, it's our division. We the AFC North. We the North, and we run the table. Point blank. Period. They can't have no food at our table. They can't have a chicken bone. They can't have a plate of rice. They can't have nothing. If anything, they go get some out the dog bowl if they can. But they ain't gonna be able to do that either. So now I'm being humorous, but 5-star matchup nonetheless. Divisional play. You know, Baltimore, they come in with it. They coming in looking for a W, but the Steel City, it ain't happening. It ain't happening in the Steel City. Who we got in the building? Who we got in the building? Shout out to Rose. Rose, shout out to you. How you doing, Rose? How you doing on this beautiful, lovely Friday, Rose? Good afternoon to you too. How you doing today? Hope you're having a productive week. Hope you're having a good Friday as well, Rose. Absolutely, absolutely. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, y'all hit that like button, like, share, subscribe, hit that Cash App Steelmatic 001, support the show. And we're gonna get into some. Go ahead and start the show and go ahead and get into first and foremost that Thursday night matchup, the Redskins and the Commanders. The Redskins and the Commanders. Closely touted Thursday night matchup, a divisional matchup, I might add. Commanders went into Philly. You know, Jaden Daniels, it was coming off a loss, going into Philly looking for a W. Jaden Daniels and company, they went into Philly. Jaden Daniels went 23 for 32 on 191 yards passing. 191 yards passing. One TD, one INT. Brian Robinson, he had a rushing touchdown with 16 carries for 63 yards. Zach Ertz had 6 receptions for 47 yards and 1 receiving touchdown. However, Philly just wasn't having it. Philly wasn't having it. Jalen Hurts went 18 for 28 as well. He passed for 221 yards. Saquon Barkley lost his mind. Saquon Barkley lost his mind with 26 carries for 106 yards rushing, 2 rushing touchdowns. 2 rushing touchdowns. Jalen Hurts, he had 1 running touchdowns in which he had 10 runs on 39 yards running for it. And the Philadelphia Eagles down the Commanders in divisional play, 26-18. 26-18. Eagles down the Commanders, 26-18. Hit that like button on the way in. Y'all make sure y'all hitting that like button on the way in. Get them likes up for me. Get them likes up for me. Get those likes up for me. Next, I want to touch on Steelers injury report. As y'all well know, Highsmith gonna be missing some significant time. Highsmith, one of our significant pieces to our defense, alongside TJ Watt. He's going to be missing a couple of weeks. He's definitely going to be missing some significant time. He had a high ankle sprain last week versus the Commanders, but he's going to take some time fully recover and get back well. So for our injury report, along with Highsmith, we have Van Jefferson, who's been dealing with a quad issue, and he did not practice. He was limited earlier this week. Practiced yesterday, as well as was a full participant today, and is expected to play Saturday. I'm sorry, expected to play Sunday. Najee Harris, he's been dealing with an ankle injury. He was full participant today. Is expected to play Sunday, as well as Dante Jackson, our cornerback. He's been dealing with a hamstring issue in which he was limited, but he was limited Thursday, but was a full participant Friday on today, and he's expected to play Sunday. Nick Herbig, shout out Nick Herbig, our linebacker, part of that front seven. Been dealing with a hamstring issue, but was a full participant all week and is expected to play on Sunday. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Isaac Samalu, guard, he's been resting. McCole Pruitt, he's been resting. Our tight end, Cam Hayward, a veteran, he's been resting as well. Cornerback CJ Henderson has been dealing with a neck injury, did not practice early this week and is ruled out for Sunday. Jalen Warren, he has been a limited participant with a back issue in which he has been he's questionable for Sunday's matchup, as well as Corey Trice Jr., our corner, been dealing with a hamstring issue, but however was a full participant in practice, but is still game time decision. Hmm. Now let's jump into it. Let's jump into it. We're gonna get right in the smoke. We're gonna get right into the thick of things. We got that matchup on Sunday, five-star matchup, five-star rivalry matchup, one of the hardest, hard-hitting matchups in football or in sports, period. You know, the Ravens and the Steelers. Anytime you got Ravens and the Steelers, it's primetime football, it's heavyweight, it's championship football, it's the thriller in Manila football, if you will. Just call it what it is. Because, you know, anytime, whether it's in Pittsburgh or whether it's in Baltimore, it's a slugfest. It's back and forth. It's never a blowout issue where it's a complete lopsided. It's dogfight from start to finish. That's AFC North football for you. But case in point, so Lamar Jackson's gonna come into town. Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, of course, looking to come in and stifle the and run them up. Of course, they got to deal with the steel curtain and the steel curtain at front seven with T.J. Watt, Preston Smith, of course, Patrick Queen and Landon Roberts. Lamar Jackson's going to look as well as that secondary. Lamar Jackson's definitely going to uh, have to contend heavily with that secondary as well. Of course, Minka Fitzpatrick's going to put a lot of pressure on the pass as well as Deshaun Elliott and Cam Sutton and company. They're going to put a lot of pressure on that pass. So Lamar Jackson is going to rely a lot upon, majority upon Derrick Henry, if you will, to kind of open up some degree for that passing attack. You know, of course, you know, they have Rashad Bateman as well as Deontay Johnson, former Pittsburgh Steeler. And they're definitely going to look to open things up, gravely so, for the attack, for the offensive attack for the Ravens. So let's see where we at. So definitely, you know, everything a lot of it's gonna definitely fall on Derrick Henry with his run, with this they're gonna want to begin and start with the run as well as getting Derrick Henry involved early, which is gonna fall heavily on the defensive side with the Landon Roberts and Patrick Queens stopping at the run, negating the run, primarily like they did last week. Shout out to them. And they definitely, like I said, they definitely want to get Derrick Henry started early on the run and controlling, you know, the run time and being ahead of schedule on their end. But of course, you know, when you got a guy like Lamar Jackson, multi-time MVP, passing on 2,600 yards for the season, and as well as you add a weapon such as Derrick Henry with 1,100 over 1,100 yards rushing. And then you have Zay Flowers, of course, on the receiving end. Zay Flowers, Rashard Bateman, as well as adding on Deontay Johnson as well. And they have a couple, of course, how can you not forget Mark Andrews, an essential tight end who's paid dividends for them for year in and year out, who is proven an essential and which you know they primarily use to move the chains and hit those check down plays, and a definite go to guy for Lamar Jackson. You know, if anything, still as a secondary in that front seven is definitely going to have to be on point as well as stopping and negating those quick check down passes for them to open up. Because I you know, if I was a wagering man, I'd be Lamar Jackson doesn't want nothing to do with that secondary in any degree. You know, he wants to keep it short. He wants to keep them at a keep. He wants to keep it at a minimal. You know, so that's where Deontay Jackson and Mark Andrews coming definitely comes into play to help them move the chains a bit along with Derrick Henry's run because without stellar secondary, it's just no way possible he wants to go deep or beat deep and that's Lamar Jackson is not looking to gun it for on the Steelers secondary. He's just not. He's just not. Who we got in the building? Who we got in the building? Shout out Alex X. Alex X, what's good with you, my brother? What's good with you, my brother? Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you being here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you being here, brother. How your Friday going? Hopefully you're having a productive Friday. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hopefully you're having a productive Friday, my man. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you being here. But yeah, so Lamar doesn't want to do too much against that with that secondary, and he definitely, like I said, he wants to move the chains consistently. He wants to attempt to control time possession, but we know that's not going to happen because we're going to be on him. He's going to be looking to move the chains with those short check downs and those short hooks, but that's just one thing we're going to be on. And of course, they got some playmakers on their sides. They got some chain movers on their side. But of course, a chunk of that plate's going to be spearheaded by, of course, Derrick Henry. And, Derrick Henry, he's always been problematic for a lot of people, but never been that problematic for us. But he is, of course, never underestimated, but he is a danger. He is a danger. Our receivers coming alive. Steelers receivers coming alive. Of course, with the acquirement of Mike Williams last week, like Mike Williams had one catch for a touchdown on 32-yard reception. And he had a stellar catch. He had a stellar catch for a touchdown, which helped us he helped us very well at the end. But can he open up more for Pickens, Van Jefferson, and Calvin Austin? Calvin Austin, with this shifty speed, right? And I just want to take a step. I just want to go back because I said this early on majority shows, him being able to take top off defense and have more long balls beaten deep, right? Not just Pickens or Mike Williams, having those which are just as capable, if not more, excuse me, just as capable, if not more, beating the defense deep and taking the hats off the secondary. So Calvin Austin, being that he is indeed faster and or shiftier, he should do more of that himself, which is open up more for not only the receiving core, but as well as Mount Washington, if use Arthur Smith and Frymouth. It just opens up a whole lot more when you got him doing much more. What you got, X? What you got, X? Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Yeah, man. We got the Ravens, man. We got the Ravens, man. Also, no, it's not prime time as it should be prime time. I don't know why it ain't, but nah, we got them at the 1 o'clock slot, man. We got them 1 o'clock Sunday. Mm-hmm. Yep. Everybody in the chat, y'all haven't seen on the disc as well as in the chat. I put StreamYard link in the chat. So anybody want to come up and cook? Anybody want to come up and cook? You more than welcome to come up and cook and talk about this week's matchup and talk about your team's matchup. Drop the link in the I dropped it again. Hold on 1 second. Believe I put it in the chat. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so I dropped it in the link in the chat again. But anybody want to come up and cook with me? So yeah, but no, definitely receivers should have a significant advantage over their secondary, and um it should with George Pickens, Mike Williams, of course Van Jefferson, Mike and well, yeah, Calvin Austin, they should definitely do some damage. They should definitely do some damage, some significant damage. But of course, they per usual, they're gonna let Baltimore and Pittsburgh play. So it's gonna be a lot of things not go our way, per usual. We're accustomed to that in our own house. We never get any calls, any flags. So that's something we've grown accustomed to. But it's gonna be a gritty game. It's gonna be a gritty game nonetheless. So we definitely gonna have to be on point. Receiving course definitely gonna have to be on point, coming in, making plays early, coming in, winning possession downs and scoring the football early. Absolutely. Absolutely. Can the Steelers neutralize Derrick Henry? Can the Steelers neutralize Derrick Henry? Derrick Henry, tall test for any defense. Because whenever you got a running back that's 6'4", 250, that's a tall test for anybody. It's a lot for anybody else. But, keeping, I'd say keep them to the inside, and which, of course, is going to be um, based on production from Preston Smith. Shout out to him, as well as Landon Robinson and Patrick Queen. Keeping him in the middle, keeping him from catching those outside runs, so that our corners or just keeping them around within our linebacker core. So he's not breaking free. He's not breaking open any levies or seams, so that we could just stay on top of him and keep him at bay completely. Because once he gets going and once he gets those splash runs, those chunk runs, he's a problem, especially in the red zone. So definitely it's going to be a tall task for Patrick Queen and Landon Smith. I'm sorry, Landon Roberts. Excuse me. What you got, X? Right, it's going to be a physical matchup. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Both from start to finish, per usual. Yep. Right, just neutralize him. Can't stop him, but yeah, yeah, man, yeah, it's gonna be some it's gonna be some chunk runs. It's never a situation where you shut out Derrick Henry altogether. You know, I mean, I believe if they use him right, in which they will, because they're what Lamar's gonna want to do, what Harbaugh's gonna want to do is, and typical low scoring game, if the defense can't get if the defense if Steelers defense get early takeaways, that is definitely going to make all the difference. I mean, I kind of said the same thing versus the Jets when the Jets came to Pittsburgh. I thought that was going to be a low scoring game. I actually had it set. I actually assessed it being a lower scoring game, but of course, defense got the stops that they got. They had the the takeaways that they had, and and they definitely shut them out in the third quarter. So that did um, make the cake more sweeter. But this divisional play, grittier matchup from start to finish. So but that defense, that front seven, that secondary, they make early or get early takeaways. It's going to be a different complexion. Surely, surely, surely. What you got, X? Look out for the Lamar Henry Reed option. Yes, very much so. That happens, you got to hit the QB, make him not want to go read. Yeah. Oh, no. And we got the personnel to do it too. And that's where Nick Herbig and Peyton Wilson come into play. That's why we got a lot of able bodies and a lot of linebacker and our linebacker core in that front seven rotation that can, stifle that and, keep Lamar at bay, so to speak. So, I mean, but what they're going to do, what Baltimore's going to want to do is definitely utilize that tight end, definitely utilize them within, try to attempt to control time possession. But we're going to be on top of that, and we're definitely going to be looking out for those things as well. What you got, Rose? Yeah, Rose, I wore it just for you. I wore it just for you. I look like a bumblebee. Mm, yeah, I do. I do. See, I beat you to your own insult, Rose. See, you was trying to be funny. Mm, mm, yeah, you was trying to be funny, Rose. I appreciate that, though, Rose. I appreciate that. It means a lot coming from you. Mm-hmm. Yep. I know I look like a Honey Nut Cheerios bee. I know. Mm-hmm. Yep. Appreciate you, though. Appreciate you. But yeah, neutralize Derrick Henry. Definitely, that's definitely something we're gonna have to be on top of, and definitely stay consistent on because, like I said, Lamar he's having one of those MVP type seasons. But our defense has to come alive and come alive early on Sunday. Now, this is going to be a big slice of the game on Sunday. This is definitely going to be a big cream of the crop on Sunday for the matchup. Najee versus Derrick. Two Alabama running backs, two solid running backs, and two people that can really blow open the wad on the game. Yeah. But being that Najee, in my opinion, Najee's the better runner, but Derek is the more stronger runner, as in he's the bigger guy, he's the more power guy. Najee's more agile, and Najee's more of a splice. He's agile, he's flexible, he can hurdle, he can do so much more in the run, right? But at the end of the day, um, they just ain't got the defense we have. So I'm sorry, Derrick Henry just is not about to run amok on us. So we're so we us having a more superior defense, y'all. We have more chance to stifle, which avails Najee and to be more effective and control the time of possession to where we can keep the ball out of Lamar Jackson's hands as we so direly want to. Because we definitely don't want to leave them back there too long, and also alleviate pressure off our defense and control Russ and Najee controlling that time possession as well as the receiving core properly moving the chains and scoring in the red zone and third down, moving the chains on third down efficiency effectively. That's exactly what we want to do. What you got, X? Derek is thunder and Najee is a little more versatile. Very true. Very, very true. I mean, Najee's like, a 6'1" back, and Derrick Henry was like a 6'4", 6'5". It's a huge dude, very powerful. Both of them very powerful runners. Derrick Henry a little bit more powerful, but Najee's definitely when he has a seam or he gets a gap, he hits the gap very well, and once he make it to that second line of defense, it's all over. It's all over. But Derrick Henry, I mean, even for running through the line, I mean, even whether it's a lineman, whether it's a mm, linebacker, lineman, tackle, he's able to shake them off. But of course, we've seen those stints where Najee drug about 2, 3 guys himself. But that's not healthy, especially with in his case right now having a bad ankle and a bad wheel, and that's no good at all. So, but definitely, man, definitely is gonna decide. The game is definitely going to be decided by one of these two. Absolutely, whoever has the best rushing attack, who has to have the best rushing game and control the clock and keep whoever off the field longer. That's gonna be the winner right there. Absolutely. But it's going to be a stellar matchup nonetheless. Stellar matchup from start to finish. Stellar matchup from start to finish. But one guy I say that should come in and be more effective, have Fry move. Can he explode? Can he have this breakout? Can he have a breakout performance on Sunday? Can he have a breakout performance on Sunday? You know, he has yet to have that breakout game to see where and why he's getting paid that 50 million that he's getting. But I know why. You know, he's had a good body of work, but we want a better body of work, you know. But of course, with Russell Wilson, it's enough to go around. But can Frymouth come in and dominate? Can he come in and have a dominant performance against that defense in divisional play? I mean, man, that's something real right there. That's something that's that's the tight end. Pat Frymouth, that's our star tight end. He just got paid $50 million over the next 4 years. We have him and we have Darnell Washington out of Georgia. Yeah, Darnell Washington out of Georgia, they call him Mount Washington. And also, but Pat Frymouth, uh, he's definitely, one of those guys that I think solely because Arthur Smith is not drawing up enough for him. You know, he's great, but you can't make those comparisons to Heath Miller when you're not doing close to Heath Miller work. I mean, Heath Miller, he was the go-to dude for Big Ben. I mean, he was that dude. Frymouth is solid. Yes, solid. And in my eyes, in my humble opinion, I think he need to live up to that $50 million. He need to live up to every penny of that 50 million that he's getting. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree 1,000%. He is not Heath Miller. 83 was that dude. 83 was that dude, man. And I mean, but but all things considered, Heath Miller, he had Hines Ward opening up gaps and holes for him, and when and along with Santonio Holmes and Lemon Sneed, and the receiving core opened up a lot for him, you know. But when called upon, he answered the bill. I mean, he answered the bill. You know, anytime that ball was in his vicinity, he caught it. He caught it. I don't recall Heath Miller dropping too many passes. Not to say that about Frymouth, not to say that about him, but I mean Heath Miller, he was that dude. He was that dude. Very much so. Very much so. But I just think as Frymouth, as the game goes along, and like I said, it's not going to be no blowout game. It's not going to be no outlandish game unless the Steelers defense get crazy stops. That may be the difference. That may be change the whole complexion of the matchup. 1,000%. 1,000%. What is it feasible? For sure. But will it? More than likely. Because anytime you got guys like 9-0, TJ Watt, 4-3, Troy Polamalu, James Harrison, Lamar Woodley. I mean, generational guys. Generational guys. We'll never see any guys like them. Well, close, but I tell you what, we will never see another safety like Troy Polamalu. We will never see another safety like Troy Polamalu. We'll never see another receiver like AB. I know George Pickens, he doing his thing right now. He balling out. But AB, nah. AB, he was a dog walker, you know what I mean? He was a dog walker for any secondary. He was a dog walker for any secondary. I mean, it wasn't no second. The only corner I say at the time that gave him any trouble was Jalen Ramsey, if any. I mean, that was what it was. That was short lived, but you just knew what you was getting between those lines with that guy. But keys to victory on Sunday. Keys to victory on Sunday. Of course, we made mention of who has the better run game when you got two dominant backs like Najee and Derrick Henry. But of course, whoever has the dominant run game, whoever that can move the chains consistently, whoever that can, make those chunk downs, make those splash plays, who can control the time of possession, who can get those significant stops on both sides. That's going to change a lot of complexity. That's going to make a lot of bacon for the farm. So, in any event, on in Steelers' behalf, Steelers they have to get early takeaway. They have to get takeaways early. You're playing at home. Of course, Lamar's going to look to come and he's going to look to get going early. He's going to get going in early in the pass. He's going to look to get Derrick Henry involved early and um, get him dominating the run early. I know, of course, they're gonna double team T.J. Watt, who's not double team T.J. Watt, grabbing him by the neck, poking him in the eye, grabbing his jersey, choking him. Hey, that's just gonna happen. That's just water being wet with T.J. Watt with 9-0. So all in all, other guys are gonna have to step up. Landon, Patrick Queen, Peyton Wilson, Nick Herbig. They're definitely going to have to step up and make plays early because, one thing on that defense side of the ball, you're gonna know where 9-0 is. They're going to know where 9-0 is. So we're Lamar Jackson scrambling and running and getting those extra plays and extra chunk runs outside of Henry. We're going to have to put a solid spy on them. So Peyton Wilson, Nick Herbig, I definitely gonna have to step up and fill that void because TJ Watt being double teamed, that's definitely gonna open up a lot of holes for y'all, especially Nick Herbig too. Especially Nick Herbig. So he should come in and be solid. What you got, X? Stop the run, ball security, no turnovers. Take all your shots and get extra shots via turnovers. Very much so. Yes, sir. Very much so. Take shots downfield, just shots from time to time, run it on second down no matter what. Keep them honest for play action, effectiveness as well. Yeah, man. Because, Russ, Arthur Smith, man, he definitely needs to throw in some creativity here and there. I feel, throwing a jet sweep or two to Calvin Austin. Be creative, when you dating back, you see games like the Jets, the Commanders, because that's all the film they're gonna be watching. Because let's be honest, anytime the defense gets, halves those significant games like that to where they had those significant stops and which made them heavily effective, that's what the Ravens are going to be paying attention to. That's what they're going to be counting on and anticipating. But as far as the offense, when you are, I wouldn't say underutilizing because it's not really not underutilizing because they're not really utilizing Darnell Washington that much. You need to throw him in there so you kind of throw a wrench in that defense. So it's kind of, kind of alter their scheme, so to speak. So Steelers, I believe Steelers come out with it. Steelers come out with the win 24-10. Steelers come out with the win 24-10. Steelers control the time possession. Steelers defense gets early stops. Special teams come in. Shout out Danny Smith. Special teams come in and make significant plays, as well as defense getting early stops. But I believe Steelers come out on top. Russell Wilson passed for 200 plus yards, and Steelers win in Pittsburgh over the Ravens 24-10. 24-10. Mm-hmm. So you got X, be creative. Yup. Give them a little something. They haven't. That's all I've been saying. I mean, and Connor Hayward and Darnell Washington very much so can give you that. Calvin Austin can give you that. Put him on a couple of jet sweeps, uh, coming across either side. Let Connor Hayward go on the shallow across the middle. Let Mount Washington Darnell Washington do more fade outs and more curve routes because I mean you have weapons. You know you have weapons, and that's why you have weapons to be used. Arthur Smith. I mean, it's just you have a Swiss knife, but you're only using one blade. I mean, nah, yeah, use that sucker. You got bullets, multiple bullets in the clip for a reason. Empty that sucker. Yeah, but long and short, all in all, um, they're definitely going to have to be with some more creativity. Definitely going to have to be with some more creativity because Jim Harbaugh's going to come with it. Jim Harbaugh is definitely going to come with it. And who such with the offensive schemes they're going to draw up, they know for a fact that they're not going to get past that defense with just straight up and down bump and run coverage with I'm sorry Wreck It Ralph ball with Derrick Henry. They know that that's not going to work to their advantage. So be that as it may, we got to be more creative, and Arthur Smith got to definitely throw in different things at him at the defense so that he can obtain that time possession, so he could properly move the chains. Because Ravens going to be looking, they're going to be looking for it. X, what you think of doing that you okay? What you think of doing that you think the Ravens haven't seen all year? Jet sweeps, jet sweeps. Like I say, more shallow cross. For more plays for Connor Hayward and Darnell Washington, two guys that haven't been given much opportunity, but are playmaking eligible, and also um just more things on just more things, more different lineups and schemes that are availed to him. You got to try him out. You got to give him a shot. Like unlike that punt return thing we saw in Washington, where Pierre, our corner, was unable to catch. Well, that was because he didn't catch the ball. He was on Neptune by himself. And how he didn't catch that ball, I don't know, but that was another touchdown. I mean, everybody else was on Mercury. He was on Neptune by himself, and he still didn't catch it. I was like, wow, bro. Wow, man. That was funny. But yeah, definitely Art Smith got to get creative with those audibles and with those plays and such. My X factor is Russell Wilson legs. Oh yeah, Russell, man, he's definitely aware of where he can stretch defenses and create open plays with stretching plays with his legs, and he's been doing that. That's Russell Wilson 101. I mean, he's definitely going to do that. Oh yeah, that line collapses, he's definitely rolling up out of there for sure. What or who is your X factor? X factor, Najee. Yeah, Najee. Najee with the run, he's gonna open up things for everybody else. And honestly, I think, like I said, it's just gonna be the per usual. Like it's was one of those games to where it's gonna be rugged and they're gonna let them play. And of course, They're gonna miss a lot of calls for the secondary, where the secondary should, you know, burn. I'm sorry, the Steelers receiving core with George Pickens, Mike Williams, and Calvin Austin should torch the Ravens secondary, but they're going to get away with foul play per usual. That's the AFC North football. They're going to get away with foul play in which they're going to be pulling, holding, and grabbing, and which a lot of passes aren't going to be there. So Najee's definitely going to have to have a solid run day. Um, Another 100-yard running game, of course, and yeah, he's going to be that X factor. He's going to open up everything else, and of course, when you got a guy like Najee, you sorely wear down the defense. You sorely wear down defense because it's not enough. You're not going to keep up with Pickens and Austin when you have Najee running effectively consistently. That's just not going to happen. That's just not going to happen. You're not going to keep up with him. Absolutely. But definitely time of possession is going to play a solid factor in the matchup. Whoever can control their side, because we definitely want to keep Lamar off the field. We don't want to keep Lamar on the field. We want to keep him off the field. He's Lamar is solid. He's a multi-time MVP for a reason. But not only that, he has Derrick Henry and Mark Andrews and Deontay Johnson, who's playmaking eligible. So we definitely got to take them out early. Definitely got to take them out early. And how we do that is that we neutralize the run and limit Derrick Henry to under 100 yards. We can't let him break out to the outside and let him get to the outside seam. So that's going to fall heavy on Preston Smith and on those DNs to, keep him running up the middle. Got to keep him running up the middle. Got to stifle his run. He's going to get his break. He's going to get chunk runs here and there, but it's going to be enough to be stifled to where pressure is definitely going to be put on him and keeping him to the inside and negating the outside run from him. She got X, right. Keep Lamar off the field. Tall task, but it's y'all, so it's different. Yeah, it's us. And what we want to do is negate further injury. So yeah, so and how we do that, we prevent well, in the past, right? So, Lamar with those scrambles that he had, we definitely want to utilize our guys like Nick and Peyton Wilson and Nick Herbig to, stifle those passes, right? I mean, stifle those scrambles when I say passes. So if they gotta chase him all night, so be it. He's going to get some scrambles in the open. Derrick Henry, he's going to get some chunk runs, but it's the limitations because, they're, like I say, those two, they're going to open up so much for everybody else. And, but of course, Lamar Jackson ain't looking to go Dan Marino or go Joe Montana, and no, he's not going to do that. No, he's not. Our secondary is just too good for that. So he's going to look to cut him up under, throw the check down, hit the check down, move the chains consistently, with the check downs, of course, and get those chunk runs and move the chains a little by little. They have a solid kicker. They have a solid kicker, and we do too. Chris Boswell, anything from 63 on in, he's money. But we don't need to do that. We need to score. We need to move the chain, score in the third, convert third downs, score in the red zone. We can't be punting the ball 6-7 times. We can't do that. Nah, Russ, we got to score that football. We have to score that football. Absolutely, man. Y'all hit that like button. Hit that like button. Like, share, subscribe. Hit that cash app. Steelmatic001. Steelmatic001. What y'all got going on this Friday, man? What y'all got going on? Who got plans for the weekend? Who got plans for the weekend? What y'all got going on this weekend? Rose, I know you ain't got nothing going on. You probably gonna be in the house in the garden all weekend. Rose, what you got going on this weekend? You going out? You going out tonight? You going partying with the friends? Oh, who y'all watching that Tyson fight? Man, come on, man. Stop. Stop. I know you X man, I know you ain't ordering that Netflix junk, man. Come on, man. But nah, he is fighting tonight though. Hmm. I might check it out. Who knows? I might. Oh man. But nah, man, I appreciate y'all being in here with me, man. I appreciate y'all being in here with me, man. Y'all hit that like button, help me grow the channel. Hit that like button. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Rose, what you got going on tonight, Rose? I know you ain't doing no garden work. Rose, what you got going on tonight? Rose probably going out with her friends to Rose, you going bowling? Rose, you going bowling? Oh man. Rose, put in the chat. Rose, what you doing? Rose, what you got planned this weekend, Rose? Rose probably doing garden work. So I'm gonna get into these assessments. So these assessments, these week 10 assessments. So the Eagles beat the Commanders. The Eagles beat the Commanders, right? The Eagles beat the Commanders. So next matchup, we got the Raiders and the Dolphins in Miami. The Raiders and the Dolphins in Miami. So you got Gardner Minshew taking on Tua Tagovailoa in Miami, of course, with Tariq Hill as well as OBJ and company. You know, Raiders, they're 2-7. They coming to Miami looking for a win, but I don't think it'll be enough. Tagovailoa, he's gonna pass for 200 plus, and the Miami Dolphins going to beat the Raiders 21-10. 21-10. Dolphins beat the Raiders 21-10. Next matchup, you got the Browns and the Saints in New Orleans. The Browns and the Saints in New Orleans. Jameis Winston gonna come into New Orleans. Jameis Winston, he's gonna throw for 200 plus as well. Saints, they're not gonna be enough as they in the rebuilding phase. Saints looking for a win at 3-7 right now, but Jameis Winston will be too much for the Saints. I have the Browns beating the Saints. Browns beating the Saints 27-14. 27-14. Browns beat the Saints 27-14. Next matchup, I got the Colts and the Jets. The Colts and the Jets. The Colts and the Jets in New York. Colts, Jonathan, Colts and the Jets, Jonathan Taylor, excuse me, when I say Jonathan Tyler. So, so the Colts coming into New York, Jets gonna be looking for a win at 3-7 right now. Um, Jets and Aaron Rodgers are going to definitely looking for a win, looking to turn their season around, if any. But I just believe Jonathan Taylor is going to be too much for him on the run, and that defense is discouraged right now and discouraged and frantic right now. So Jonathan Taylor, he's definitely going to come in and do his thing where he's going to rush for over 200 plus. And the Colts beat the Jets. The Colts beat the Jets 16-6. 16-6. Colts beat the Jets 16-6. Next matchup, got the Vikings and the Titans. The Vikings and the Titans. So the Vikings come to Tennessee, Sam Darnold and the company. Addison and Justin Jefferson is going to be too much on the pass for the Titans. They're going to run amok on the Titans. Titans won't be able to keep up. Got the Vikings beating the Titans in Tennessee. Vikings beating the Titans in Tennessee 31-12. 31-12. Vikings beat the Titans 31-12. Next matchup, I got the Packers and Bears in Chicago. The Packers and Bears in Chicago. So Jordan Love and the Packers coming into Chicago, taking on Caleb Williams. Caleb gonna come to do his thing, but the Packers gonna be too much for him. Jordan Love, he's gonna throw for 100 plus, and they're gonna down the Bears. Packers gonna down the Bears 14-3. 14-3. Packers down the Bears 14-3. Next matchup, we got the Jags and the Lions. Shout out Ty Pro. Jags and the Lions. So Trevor Lawrence and company coming into Motor City, Motown, 8 Mile. So Trevor Lawrence, they coming for a win. They saw Jared Goff throw 5 picks last week. So now they're encouraged. They're encouraged. But Jags gonna come in looking for a win, but I don't think they're gonna do enough as they take on the Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. Gonna run the ball down their throat, and they just not gonna have anything to do for it. So the Lions take care of business in Motown. They down the Jaguars 30-9. 30-9. Detroit Lions beat the Jacksonville Jaguars 30-9 in Detroit. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. X definitely will be a blowout. Definitely will be a blowout. Next matchup, you got the Rams and the Patriots. The Rams and the Patriots. The Rams and the Patriots. So Rams, Matt Stafford come to New England. They're gonna come to play, but it's not gonna be enough as Patriots and Drake may come to compete and take out Matt Stafford and the Rams. So I have the Patriots beating the Rams. Patriots beat the Rams at home 14-6. 14-6. Patriots beat the Rams at home 14-6. Next matchup, I got the Seahawks and the Niners. Seahawks and the Niners divisional play. Geno Smith and the Seahawks are going to come into San Fran against Brock Purdy and company. Brock Purdy and George Kittle going to do their thing. Purdy's going to have over 100 yards passing. George Kittle's going to have a touchdown or 2. However, I think Geno Smith and the Seahawks come in and step on the 49ers. They come in and step on the 49ers. And Geno Smith is going to have right at 130 yards passing. And I have the Seattle Seahawks beating the 49ers 21-18. 21-18. Next matchup, we got the Falcons and Broncos. Falcons and Broncos. Falcons come into Broncos. Denver been on the tear, but Denver's been solid. Denver looks to stifle the Falcons in the Mile High, and that's just what they're going to do because the Falcons won't fly that high in the Mile High. Now I got the Broncos down in the Falcons, 21 to 14, 21-14 in the Mile High. Next matchup, Chiefs and Bills. Chiefs and Bills. Potential game of the week, Pat Mahomes versus Josh Allen. Pat Mahomes versus Josh Allen. Pat Mahomes going to come in to Buffalo and look to run Josh Allen out of his own house. Josh Allen definitely has been balling. Josh Allen's been doing his thing, but Pat Mahomes, they're undefeated for a reason. Pat Mahomes and company, Xavier Worthy and DeAndre Hopkins are going to be too much for the defensive attack of the offensive attack of the Chiefs. And of course, how can you forget Taylor Swift? I mean, Travis Kelce. Sorry. So Chiefs will indeed be too much for the Bills. I have Chiefs beating the Bills. Chiefs beating the Bills 35-19. 35-19. Chiefs beat the Bills 35-19. Next matchup, you got the Bengals and the Chargers. The Bengals and the Chargers in LA. The Bengals and the Chargers in LA. So Joe Burrow versus Justin Herbert, high level matchup. However, Justin Herbert will come to compete at home and hold court at home, but Joe Burrow will return to form as he is coming into his solidified play as he's looking to turn the curve for the Bengals for this upcoming divisional play as well as his second half of their season. And I have the Bengals beating the Chargers. The Bengals beat the Chargers 24-10. 24-10. Bengals beat the Chargers 24-10 in LA. Y'all like, share, subscribe, hit that Cash App, Steelmatic001, Steelmatic001. Man, I appreciate y'all being in here with me today on this Good Friday. Man, I hope y'all have an excellent Friday, a good weekend. Y'all be safe out there. Hit that community tab for updates. Join the Discord. Join the channel if you have not already. And also keep an eye out for updates on the community tab as well as the Discord. You know, I post a whole lot of updates on the Discord and such, as well as the community tab. And I appreciate y'all being in here with me. Appreciate y'all supporting the show. Like, share, subscribe. Help me grow the channel. We're right at 319 subs. Trying to get past that 500 mark so we can get monetized out here in these YouTube streets. But man, I appreciate y'all being here, man. I appreciate all the support. Rose, X, I appreciate y'all calling in here today. Rose, what you talking about, Rose? Stop, Rose. Stop. I don't know. Rose, I don't know what you talking about. I don't know that guy who be calling that person. I don't know that guy. But I appreciate y'all being here today, man. I'm about to get out of here. Y'all have a safe, fun-filled weekend. Enjoy yourself, but be safe out there nonetheless. I am G Honda. This is the Steelmatic Network. I appreciate y'all being in here with me. Y'all have a good weekend and a good rest of your day.
Don't know